What is stopping us from our finances? Money into energy. We have got so many parts of us that is unreadable. What I mean by that is, say we want to take that job or say we want to go to the next level in finances. There's the readable blocks or things that are in the way or excuses. And then there's the unreadable. And in the universe, we are in multidimensional beings, which is readable and unreadable, fathomable and unfathomable. So our potential for finances is related to the physical, the readable and unreadable parts of our systems. We are multi-dimensional beings and frequency and vibration. And our level of consciousness is unfathomable. Now, just because it's unreadable doesn't mean it doesn't exist. Now, I can find the blockages, the resistance within my physical realm. So the universe is frequency, and I can read the unreadable from the topics that are within my physical realm, which are showing up in my system. So any patterns around finances, maybe there's wastefulness, maybe there's theft, maybe there's guilt around money, is telling you that is in the unreadable part of your system, your subconsciousness, for example, that is within your vibrational field. So we are all interconnected through the universe with similar mindsets. And our system will show us what is readable, relatable. It doesn't mean that that is that is not in the unreadable part of the system or the invisible part of the system. So limiting belief systems around finances, financial blockages, for example, are often shown up in our daily life, but we don't want to look at them or we're afraid of them. Now, that readable part of your system is relatable, but that also is within the unfathomable part of the universe. The unfathomable part of you. So you have the potential to bring in unfathomable wealth. Then what part of you is unbelieving that, that doesn't believe that doesn't accept that doesn't detect that is afraid of that. So what I want to focus on in this webinar is the unfathomable, the unreadable parts of you around money, and to work within the parts of your system that is unreadable. Because we're all in different houses. Now, what house are you living in? If you believe that it's unbeatable, you've lost your will and you're hanging out in the unbelievable, the impossible houses or the fear houses, and you're in that house with multiple people who also believe it's unbeatable. And look, it never works. We'll never achieve it. We'll never get there. So which houses are you hanging out in consciously, and which ones subconsciously are you hanging out in? So the universe is frequency, which is readable and unreadable and undetectable. So Vibration and sound is readable and unreadable. And if you can open your level of consciousness to accept that there's an unfathomable amount of opportunity around finances here, around development, around evolution, growth, abundance, which is unfathomable. And if you can bring normal, if you bring that into your vibrational field and accept it within your vibrational field, then you become that frequency. So if you're talking about 5 million euro and that is unbelievable in your system, then you will reject it because you cannot be in that house. You cannot be in that vibrational field. So what is in the way of you earning 5 million, 5 billion, 500,000, 50,000? What is in your system? What is in your emotional system? So in this webinar, I'm going to work with everything, which is all the money mindsets, which is in the way of you working through all the fields and opportunities around money. So everything, as I say, is frequency, vibration, but the frequency is running on different speeds. And then there's a point where it's the speed of light, the speed of sound, and then you cannot see it. But when you slow it down, you see it. So our systems are slowing down into our physical lives what is in the invisible world. So I want to use this opportunity to support you to clear what is in the physical world, your physical reality, and then bring the level of consciousness to accept that that also can be cleared on every other invisible field, the unfathomable fields. And this is what this webinar is about. So this is a huge opportunity for you to change every part of your life, every part that you can even imagine or dream of. Because now we're going into creation, which has potential, abundance, life force. So I invite you to be part of today's webinar, or you can watch it later as a recording. And this will open up unfathomable, unbelievable changes in your life. It's an opportunity and it's an offering. So I'll see you later if you'd like to be part of this results and opportunities. Do you want to be on the train and work through these fields? This is an offering. This is what this webinar is about. Everything within the Academy on my website are different levels of consciousness working through different levels of consciousness, and they're complete systems with complete results in each one of them. They work through the conscious, subconscious, the readable to the unreadable systems. Everything in the Academy, on the website, is working through the readable, detectable, to the undetectable. They're all levels of consciousness, which has got me to where I am at in my life. So if you feel drawn to anything on the website, they're all different stages and levels of consciousness. So you can work with the readable, the undetectable, to the unfathomable parts of your results. Each one gives in an abundance of results related to different systems, different webinars for different systems, different levels of consciousness. The whole academy has got me to where I am at because I worked through the levels of consciousness from the invisible, the visible to the invisible and changing the systems. This is what I'll be doing around money. But everything on the website is working through levels of consciousness and their whole systems within themselves, going from the physical, the genetic imprints, to the non-physical world and dropping the results in the system. So if you feel like being part of the academy, everything on the website is all levels of consciousness and it's working and they're all complete systems within themselves. This is what is on the website. So I'll see you later if you want to be part of this offering or on a later stage. Thank you.